Welcome back to TV5 News at 9, everyone. It's time now for Aging in Style with Vitale Wealth Management. We have the president and owner with us, Joe Vitale himself. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Blake. How you doing?
Well, how are you?
Doing great. Merry Christmas to you.
Yes.
For coming up.
Yes,
so exciting.
All right, it is exciting, and the holidays are always exciting, and especially the new year. So let's talk a little bit about planning retirement in this new year.
Yes.
We had quite a bit of a market in 2024. Can you tell us some key takeaways?
Market was amazing. You know, it was a little scary, ups and downs, but you know, we were anticipating, the market was anticipating more interest rate drops than we got, but it was so strong and so resilient because the numbers and the earnings are still up. So the market, the S&P was up over 28%. So it's been very strong this year. It's been good for a number of reasons, and so it's exciting. It's an exciting time right now.
Okay.
A lot of people are nervously optimistic, you know, especially in retirement. You have to be, but it's been good.
Good. And before we move on, I also just wanted to remind you that if you ever want access to Joe's newsletter, financial vitals, market updates, and all that good stuff, make sure you scan the QR code that you see on your screen. All right, so Joe, will any of this spill into the new year, and how does someone maneuver through it? You
know, yes, I think so, because especially you're going to see the new administrations coming in. What does that mean? And I always say it doesn't really matter what side of the aisle you're on. You have to look at the policies and what's going to happen. So the anticipation on the market is we're going to see a good market next year. I think we're still going to have volatility because the market has to digest what's going to happen with different regulation changes and everything. Pretty optimistic on next year. I think it's going to be good. One of our big concerns was taxes. What's going to happen with taxes, because the initial rollback was due to expire the end of 2025, but now it looks like it could be made permanent. So it really helps us with our tax strategies, and it's kind of exciting that hopefully we're going to see low taxes moving forward.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit of how the tax bill will affect us in 2025?
Yeah, I think that it was due to expire. I kind of rolled right into that, didn't I?
You sure did.
So I think it was meant to expire at the end of 2025. But if it's made permanent, that's really going to help, because, you know, we had the rollback back in 17, 18. So we were anticipating the end of 25, it's going to go back to what it was, which is a 4 to 6% increase. Now, if it stays the same, that's going to be good, but it's still opportune time. It's very opportunistic, especially with everybody with the large IRAs and 401ks if they get into retirement to do Roth conversions. We definitely want to convert at a lower tax bracket and make that all tax-free down the road. We do that RTB, that retirement tax bill calculator. That allows them to see, our clients to see what the tax bill is going to be moving forward. And even if we can do it in a low tax bracket, you're going to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes just by being smart.
Good. You always talk about planning. So what is something, or what can someone do for a good 2025 in preparing for that?
Especially if it's coming to retirement. If we're looking at, we're going to retire, and what are we going to do, how we're going to transition, we always talk about making sure that there's no debt, right? A lot of our clients looking at 2 or 3 years down the road for retirement, they want to make sure, and we start looking at, make sure we have no car payment, no house payment, no credit cards. You can walk into retirement with no debt. It's just going to make it easy. But another one is, some of my clients are like, well, Joe, my house is only $300-400 a month. I mean, my gosh, that's how much taxes are a lot of times, right? Yeah. So it's not a big deal. I mean, sometimes it's not a big deal, especially if you're only paying 2 or 3% on a mortgage and you're in the ladder. I'm not going to say let's go pay that off, because that's cheap debt. We can get better rate of return a lot of times.
All right.
But the most important thing is we like to work on, we do that income plan. We got a 30-year forecast. We got a 30-year income plan on reasonable rates of return. We can show you how the money's going to do. So the best thing is if we're planning on retirement, let's get a plan together. Very
That's
important.
all we need, right?
Yeah.
All right. Financial New Year's resolutions that people could put into practice, or if they are planning to retire next year.
Yeah. Resolutions, make sure if you're not fully funding your IRA or your Roth, definitely got to look at fully funding that. That's really important. Another resolution is get a plan. New Year's resolution, get a plan. It's like, you know what, Joe, I want to retire. I don't know if I can. I hear this all the time. I could have retired 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we would have had a plan, you come to see me, we would have had a reasonable plan we could have used. And that's the biggest thing is, you don't want to rush into retirement. You know, I've had some people who in their 50s, they want to retire, and it's like, my gosh, you're not ready. Do not do it.
Yes.
Okay. But there are those others who say, you know what, I wish I could have retired. It's like, my gosh, you could have easily, all you needed was that plan, that roadmap. Let us help you with that reoccurring revenue, the predictable income, that mailbox money. We can help put that into place, and then you don't have to worry. We'll help you with the plan. So many of our clients, you know, everybody's very smart in their field, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's engineering, whether it's finance, whether it's, you know, building. But when it comes to retirement planning, this is our field. Financial, this is our field. This is where we shine. Let us help you. We have the resources where we can put it together, and we can build that roadmap. We can build that 30-year plan for you and the tax strategies and everything else. So this is where, you know, it's our turn to help you now.
Good stuff. If viewers are just joining us, you gave a little market forecast for 2025.
Yeah.
Can you reiterate that, and then maybe some best advice for someone?
So 2025, I think we're going to see a good market.
Okay.
I really do. I think, you know, a lot of the people that I follow, we were talking about, they're forecasting 6,100 at the S&P for the end of the year. It looks like we're going to hit that. I mean, we're dang close right now, so they're right on track. I like to look at those analysts, and I like to look at what's going to happen down the road. I also like to look at administration. I like to look at tax strategies. I think we're going to have a good year in 2025. A lot of them are saying we're in the second phase of a 20-year bull run. So we've had a bull market for quite a long time now, but we did have a dip. Remember in 2022, we went backwards 20 to 30%. Even our bond market went backwards in 2022. So that was a mini recession right there. We are seeing a little bit of softening here and there. But I'm pretty optimistic. I'm pretty bullish for 2025. I think it's going to be a good year. We also had, if you look at 2018, we had a little bit of the China trade wars, right? Remember when Trump was in, everybody was saying, oh my gosh, these tariffs are going to hurt us. We hear a lot of talk about tariffs. But remember, the inflation was very low at that time. So even though 2018 was a down year because of the trade going on, I'm pretty optimistic. I think we're going to have a little volatility, but it's going to be very good. So I'm looking forward to some good growth.
Very good. All right, Joe, anything else you want us to know?
Oh my gosh, just have a great Christmas. Wish everybody a wonderful Christmas. Don't spend too much where you're going to regret it next year. But definitely, please spend time with friends and family. Enjoy it and enjoy the season. And thank you for everything. It's been a great year. So praise God, everything is good.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, Joe.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for being here as always. And before we go, don't forget to get those market updates and more through Joe's newsletter, Financial Vitals. For more information on the topic for today, you can head over to our Aging in Style page on WNEM.com.